All right, it seems that we're working again. Silverdale, Washington.
Hey, Mike, it's Justin from Bremerton, Washington.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Hey, good. Hey, I was wondering if you'd talk again about actually, if you just tell me what, like, your strategies would be for low budget marketing. Like you had said something about 1,100 mailers and you were mailing out. I didn't really get the details of that, but what type? You said tax delinquent and foreclosures. What
So
would you recommend for us?
we work the tax delinquency really hard, and what we do on that is we purchase tax delinquency list, and then we whittle that list down. We look for anybody with liens on it, anybody with other issues. They might have been in foreclosure in the last 5 years, have owned it for a long time and not done anything with it, nuisance and abatement. So we get that list, and then we start whittling it down so that we can not just blast 20,000 mailers and get hardly any kinds of response. We bought 5 properties out of 1,100 mailers. Then after we do the mailers, we follow up with phone calls with everybody. So that's going to be the cheapest way to do it.
Are the foreclosures, let's see, you said, last 5 years, the foreclosures, is there a certain amount of time, like, before they go to foreclosure? So these, like, pre-foreclosures?
No, they might have just been in foreclosure in the last 5 years. They might have bailed themselves out, but we email them anyway because there was obviously an issue.
Huh. Okay. And are you just using, like, letters or is there a postcards that you use?
Right now we're using letters.
Letters? Just simple letters. I'll buy your house type letters. No offer or anything.
We do the full offer. We do a little letter with a full 1-page offer.
So you're doing each individual. It's not really let's say cookie cutter necessarily. I mean, as far as generic, it's not. It's just specific to each house, huh?
Well, it's generic, but then we have it set up to where it mail merges all the names and addresses into each different letter.
With a price, though, based on the tax assessed value.
Correct.
Okay. Yes, I think you've talked about it before. Okay. Shifting gears a little bit, I was curious on how when you evaluate your thumb rule for buying a house or making an offer. I assume you follow the 65% rule and subtract repairs. Is that what you typically, how you approach it?
Yes.
And then when you're doing repairs, and are you doing a pretty thorough evaluation, or I mean, if a house, like some houses I've looked at have been livable, or the people are living in the house, so it doesn't need a lot. But around here, anyways, when they rehab houses around here, they are primo. I mean, just everything is brand new. So it's hard for us to, I guess, gauge on. I mean, we get the impression that we need to turn something into brand new condition, but I don't know if we really should be spending that much time when flipping a house or getting it ready for sale.
It depends on a lot of things. Price determines everything. So if you are wanting absolute top dollar when you sell, you probably need to put a little bit more into it than you normally would. If you're owner financing, then you can possibly leave up all the repairs for them to do. Just depends on what you want to do with the house and what your end goal is. Can you share a little bit of that with me?
My end goals?
As far as like, what kind of product are you trying to put out?
Absolutely. I want to owner finance. End goal is for me to find owner finance. I'm trying to figure out every
Yeah,
which way
so
I can.
a lot of our owner finances, we don't do them up to the nines, and we don't, we don't repair every single thing. Sometimes you repair nothing because people want to get into them cheap and put their own sweat and tears into a house. So, you know, don't think you have to go in and make it 100% brand new appliances, granite countertops, all that kind of stuff, because you more than likely don't have to. Always try to sell them as is first.
So though, when you're making the offer, you apply the 65%, and then maybe just a repair is enough to get the thing livable. Is all you're mostly factoring?
No, you still need to factor for all the repairs. Because what if you have to take that one the distance? What if you have trouble owner financing it, so you need to fix it up to make it a flip? You don't want to not have factored in those repairs. I mean, you still want to pay what's fair for a house, and to want to make 35% on a house that you're doing all the work for is fair. So I would still hit them with that 65-70% minus repairs.
Okay. 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 So I was just wondering if, for us on a low budget, if you had any recommendations for, I guess, in some ways starting out. We have done some campaign of letters, and it produced some responses. Is there anything else? Do you guys do the driving for dollars much, or
Yeah,
any other ideas?
we still do driving for dollars. Everybody asks me. We kind of do everything. We create our list. We drive for dollars. We put up bandit signs. We do a little bit of everything. It's hard for me to be able to pinpoint what would be the cheapest in your area because I'm not there to kind of drive around and see. But I would have to imagine the cheapest is going to be for you to get lists and cold call them. You can skip trace in batches at 25 cents and cold call them yourself. And that's probably going to be your cheapest best bet.
Well, we haven't thought about that and doing cold calls, I guess. And that's what you have your people doing, your acquisitionists, probably.
Yes.
Yeah. And those lists, when you're looking at the liens and foreclosure, or all those factors, is there a service that you use, or is someone researching all that stuff from the county?
We have somebody else researching it. We hired a guy off of Fiverr, and he scrapes all those for us.
Fiverr? Okay. Okay. Somebody's contracted on the side to do.
Correct.
Like a virtual assistant type.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, great. I actually was just waving my hand because I didn't know if anybody was gonna raise their hand at the last minute. So looked like you had a lot of people.
Good. So hopefully we're able to help you out.
Yeah. No, that too. Of course. Thank you. That's all I had.
Alrighty. Bye.